our Black girl magic up in here, Black excellence. I have Avia Hicks Chapman, your girl D Wood, Shanelle Gabriel, Natasha Carter, and yours truly, JQ. So, in case you don't know, Shanelle Gabriel hails from Brooklyn, known poet, opening up for your likes of The Roots, Jill Scott, Talib Kweli, Stop Me While I'm Ahead.
Like, look at her.
Who else?
Bios.
Most Def?
No, not Most Def. I did perform at Dave Chappelle's open mic once.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Max, Jill Scott,
That's what's
H. Coachy Jam. Did some stuff for Fat Joe.
Yes. Actress, voiceover, actor extraordinaire, educator, nonprofit executive.
Lupus advocate. And there I'm done.
Lupus advocate.
Over. Throw the hyphens away. That's it.
Yes. Okay. And Natasha, broadcast journalist extraordinaire. You can find her at The Weed Whisperer. And BTXM Sirius Radio, commentator, a lifestyle beauty, hair expert, hailing from Philly. Am I missing anything?
A few things, but we don't have to go crazy on them. No, I think that was good. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction.
Okay, your girl D Woods, coming from Danity Kane. But she's so much more: actress, choreographer, singer, writer. Anything else I'm missing? And you have some new
independent
music.
Label owner, CEO of Wood Grain Entertainment.
And last but not least, Avia, media executive from Cali, Chi-Town, Harlem, socialite.
Oh, wow. I didn't know about that one. Bleacher extraordinaire.
Last seen on Yeezy's runway as an extra.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes, Avia Hicks Chapman.
And who are you?
Oh, multifaceted JQ, entrepreneur, manager, casting associate, actor, writer, comedian, all of that. I have your boy Tory Lanez behind me.
He ain't my boy. I don't want no parts of that.
You don't like that?
Career without a sample.
Quarantine, so. Mr. Quarantine Radio. I'm good.
He had that one song. Let's say it. That was a good body roll.
To that one song.
Low key, Tory Lanez has a lot of bangers, but now I can't even really listen to me.
Did you delete them? I hope you deleted them.
No, I didn't delete them.
Why not?
But I don't listen to them.
No. You gotta delete. You gotta show Spotify, iTunes, and everyone. We are meeting Tory Lanez.
All right.
You don't need to. I mean, I think the thing is just listen to the original because it's the same song. All he did was sample like every other song that you really like.
No, but the new album.
Oh,
it was good.
A whole album of Tory Lanez?
What? Yes.
See, I'm not
You don't have
following
to
him like
one
that.
song. Like, no, Tory Lanez actually has some really great music, but he's just horrible and terrible because he's 5'2". So like he has a problem.
Is his height really 5'2", or we just been exaggerating?
Yes, it is. It's actually
I saw
Wikipedia,
5'3".
Google.
I saw 5'2".
Right?
It was on the police report. Is that how everyone found out, right? Or something. It was on some sort of documentation.
Look at
and
his
all
ears.
of a sudden,
5'3" and 120 pounds.
Yes,
Yeah,
with some
I saw
Air
5'3".
Force Ones on.
He's still a short ass leprechaun.
Air Force Ones always add 1.5 inches, so don't count that.
Got wedges.
Oh, Lord.
Now, is that picture behind you, JQ? Is that his mugshot?
That's his mugshot from getting caught with the handgun before.
Oh, so okay. My question is this: now, has she pressed charges? Has she reported him? Has she done? So she just calling him out and and getting mad on social media, but she's not doing her due diligence.
Boom.
No, she says she does not want to press charges. I don't have.
Why?
But that's the fucking problem. That's my problem. It's like, all right, rah, 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 we gonna get behind you. Fuck that nigga. Cancel his music. But you gotta press charge. You gotta press charges, girl. You can't just be mad and be like, but I'm a real bitch, so I'm not gonna. Nah, he shot me. He fucking maimed me after my career, my dropping it low, my strong knee crew. That could have been over.
You're right. He shot her in the
He
knee.
got that.
Yeah, I'm concerned about her future in twerking now. Like,
you need your Achilles heel.
Equilibrium. She gonna have a hard time staying up there when she popping and dropping. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
But she was trying to let it rock because, I mean, think about it. You about to go on tour. You like, let me go do this music. Oh, wait, I got this court case. Like, I understand why she didn't want to press charges. I think
No, because if you want us to take action,
she didn't ask
his music.
She didn't ask me that. That's Black Twitter that asked that. Black Twitter.
Yeah.
But what
we just
is
wanted to get the truth
started
out.
like talking trash about her. That's the only reason she opened her mouth about it was he was like, oh, she, you know, and people his crew started saying some stuff about her. And she was like, so I was trying to be loose, like tight-lipped about it, but since you're gonna talk about it.
But that's, I feel like that's the problem. It's like, I don't know what cool point she thought she was getting by keeping it to herself. That's like, I mean, she not putting her, I really don't think she putting herself, taking it really serious. Like, I'm a performer. My body is my livelihood and my instrument. If a nigga put on the air too fucking high, we having a fucking problem. Because it's gonna mess with my voice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you know I gotta sing tomorrow. Why the fucking air up so high? We having an argument, and then I'm a spaz on him. But like, he shot her in a centimeter, a little bit higher. It could have ruptured her Achilles. Like y'all don't understand. This shit really could have been really, really a lot worse than it was. She's really
absolutely
not taking it, and it's not giving a good example to men or women on either side, because it's like, oh yeah, well, it's okay. I mean, I'm just gonna be a real bitch. I'm just going to be tight-lipped. Oh yeah, she really held it down. I mean, we can do what we want to these bitches. Like, no, hold him accountable, Megan. Hold him.
Hold him accountable.
Is there
She can do it. Like, we can't do nothing. We can't do
nothing.
nothing.
I think he's gonna be held accountable anyway, because those cops are gonna want to hold somebody responsible. You know, they got called out. The neighbors called the cops.
Yeah, because you saw how she was explaining it at the time. She was protecting him because, I mean, you have to admit, amongst Black people, there's just a fear of cops in general. Mm-hmm. So if we're not doing anything wrong, we're fearing the cops. Tory actually did something wrong, so that fear's on 100,000 trillion, right? Yeah. So she didn't want to be caught up in a situation that could have been bigger than what it was. So I guess I kind of understand a little bit why she protected him. Maybe
no.
Maybe in
would you ever let
listen,
someone
wait,
take a gun and shoot you?
No.
Let me finish. I don't know what their relationship is, too.
Was she protecting him? But he wasn't protecting her. He shot her.
But she realized he wasn't protecting her after the fact, right? I mean, that's the whole reason this all came out, because he started running his mouth, and now it was making it seem like she wanted to clear the air and say, hey, this did happen, and confirm it, because
I'm with D Woods on this. I feel like we're in the twilight zone. If I don't give a damn who he is, if someone shot you, you're like, oh my God, let me protect him. It's not even about that. Someone took it upon themselves to hurt you in ways they couldn't even imagine. He didn't know what was going to happen. He still did it. Mm-hmm. It's very public. You're a public figure. Like she said, she uses her body. I need to protect him. It has nothing to do with the relationship. If a man, whether you know him professionally or personally, he's your husband, he's your boyfriend, I feel like you should tell.
No, I totally agree with you. But when she was explaining it, I was like, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from. That's not saying that I would have done it, but I want to know, is there a statute?
Anyway, he's 5'2". She's like 5'11".
Right. He needs a gun to fight somebody.
Well,
he needs a gun.
Okay.
But is there a statute of limitations for how long you have to press charges? Because that's what I want to know. It's years. So she still has an opportunity, right?
Yeah, she does.
And I feel like she should take that opportunity, because he's shown I mean, by any stretch of the imagination, he does not even he doesn't even
There's no
deserve
remorse.
he doesn't deserve anything that she's done for him at all. She basically saved his life, and he didn't save hers. So I agree with what you guys are saying. It's just like it's insane.
Well, question: have any of you guys ever pressed charges against somebody or filed a police report?
Yes.
I have not, but I've had to hold friends' hands while they done it.
And you know how stressful that shit is. You know how they will interrogate you. They will make you doubt yourself, or they will, well, what were you doing? Were you drinking? Were you under the influence? Did you aggravate him? Did you provoke him? Did you do this A, B, C, D, and E? I mean, it's almost the equivalent of basically feeling like a criminal, and they put you on the same equal playing field when you call them. So I understood perfectly what she was saying. It's like, okay, they're mistreating me, treating me like I did something wrong, and disrespect.
So my thing is, like, I'm trying to put myself in her position of, like, you're trying to do the right thing and tell on him because he needs to be told on, right? But they're already treating her like she wasn't a victim. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I don't know what would have happened in such a heightened situation, even if she were to tell them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that the cops have shown us throughout the years that even when you're doing the right thing, there's still a reason to fear for your life around them.
Well, isn't that the whole point that this all boils down to? That Tory Lanez doesn't give a damn. The cops don't give a damn. Nobody cares. So everybody's wondering who's protecting us. And I don't think it's a thing of who's protecting us. I feel like we need to protect ourselves now.
Oh, of course.
Like we're just out here in the wild.
Of course.
Of course, but I'm
fire
sure
emoji on that comment.
She's been rocking with him for years. Who's gonna think someone's gonna shoot her, especially when she's walking away from the situation? She got out the car and said she left to get away from him, and he shoots her like a coward while she's walking away. So,
but even I think the other side. But I think the other side of it too is that, you know, as an artist, you're like, I got all this dope stuff going. I got this stuff coming. I want people to like see me for my talent. And then what are we talking about right now? Like a week after what? We acting like it's Cardi B only single. Like, you know, like that's the other side of it. I can imagine like, yo, if I press charges, I'm gonna have to keep talking about this. No one will about my music anymore. They're only gonna ask me, well, like, so how do you feel that night? And they're only gonna, and so sometimes it's also easier to just put some shit behind you than to have to actually process it and have to make that public. And it's not, and then I have to run in circles of people that actually rock with him. And then that's awkward. Now I have to have these, and I've seen that with other people that have been in like worse situations, you know, well, maybe not worse, but like a consistently abusive situation.
Yeah.
You don't know their relationship or anything like that, where, you know, it becomes a layer compounded thing. And then it has to be my voice versus his. I press charges. Now it's like me versus him. Do I have to run with the legal team? Then he might but like all of those layers do make it a lot more challenging as a woman in any situation, much less a celebrity, to have to deal with like the legal system prosecuting a man, especially
it's time and money. She would have to go to court for a long ass time, spend a lot of money on lawyers, instead of just, okay, let me air his ass out in public, let everybody else drag him, let him lose this, lose that. I got my revenge. I got my truth out. I'm done.
Even doing that, she gonna have to do the whole, you know, publicity campaign, either if it's, you know, in the actual media or just in the industry circles, because now it's like a hearsay type of thing. When you handle it officially and you have your team, and Megan has a very, you know, capable team to handle this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get your team on it. That's what you pay them for. That's why they're getting that commission. That's why they on your squad, to handle your shit and make sure that it's handled correctly.
But they can't be there in the court for her. She still
they can't be there in the court for her. But as far as making, you know, what all that you were saying in publicity, in interviews, the way it's perceived, where it's seen, like they can, you know, they know how to spin a story. They know how to contain, you know, crisis management. And then it's like, what example are you really setting for all the people that are watching you? Like, okay,
Exactly.
we can take now we black women, now we can take bullets. We that real, we that strong, now we can take bullets.
Right.
But JQ, maybe you can answer that, because I mean, she's from Houston, you're from Houston. Like, is that like a certain mindset?
No, I mean, protecting, you know, not going to, you know, the alphabet boys or the cops or whatever with stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely.
Snitches get stitches, basically. That's
or
what they
you
say.
just don't involve police yeah, you don't. Yeah, that's in every hood. You don't involve police and stuff that you can settle yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So from my
huh?
suburban mindset, I would be telling, yes, but I have to look at things from her mindset. I can't look at her from her having my experiences and me having her experiences. You understand?
It's completely ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I don't agree with it, but it's just kind of like, I mean, even look at before she even confirmed that he shot her, the speculation around it, she was getting disrespected left and right from very prominent people in the industry. 50 Cent with the memes, he's always there trolling. There was other people that are making fun of the situation, making light of it. So it's like it was already shown that there wasn't support on her side, even when there was speculation around him being the shooter. So it's just kind of like, I think that's another thing to Chanel's point, like what women have to face. It's like,
but all the more reason to own your truth and own and control your narrative.
Yeah, it's empowering. Don't let people speculate.
Yeah. But I think the thing is she did. I think the thing is when we go to the police still want to release for police reports and want to have something to say. So it actually ends up taking the narrative out of her way anyway, whether it becomes is he guilty or not. Is it becomes, you know, if I say, hey, let me tell you, this is what happened, blah, 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 it's done. With the police, that gets dragged. I got to repeat that story over and over. I got to be grilled. So it's almost like literally I say like Black Twitter cancellation is almost way more effective than trying to deal with the judicial system. And
it is. It's absolutely
wait a minute.
We got R. Kelly out of here.
Let's go to jail.
Yeah.
I have a point. You know, I don't know if you ladies ever been in a car accident, but when you go in a car accident, you go to the hospital, they automatically know that, okay, this person has been in an accident and we're going to go through it a certain way. And I think gunshot wounds are the same way. I don't think you should go to the hospital with a gunshot wound. They're like, okay. I think they have all of these other things involved in, okay, who shot you? And da-da-da-da-da. Like, I think that it's already a big firestorm once you even get to the hospital. So if you didn't want to be found out about, you get a private doctor and be hush-hush about it. But I think that to think that you wouldn't be able to say something about it as a public figure and trying to save somebody's integrity or safety, it's just all ridiculous. It's Black Mirror, it's the Twilight Zone. What the hell's going on? 50 Cent, we out here speculating why she did something so ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't matter why she did it.
Because if she was a white woman, this would be
if it was Kylie Jenner, this would be a different damn story.
But you know what?
If it was Janae Aiko or a petite, light-skinned, you know, Black singer, I feel like it would be a different story. I feel like
but especially a white woman, especially a Kardashian. Yeah. Oh my God, they would have been out.
They come from a lawyer father, so I think what's to be admired about this is the fact that there are stars supporting her. And that's what I really appreciate, that they're showing solidarity with her. Like, I think he had a track with Kehlani on her album and she took it off.
Yeah, she took him off.
Yeah, and so it's just
JoJo
like
JoJo.
Yeah, so it's just like women coming together to show their solidarity for her. I think that's the biggest thing, because some of these men are not shits. Some of these people are not shit. And it's like, this is, you know, we talk about cancellation culture and we talk about how like it's a temporary thing or it's an in the moment thing, but the next day, you know, you may be listening to his song or whatever. But it's just like, these are the steps that we actually have to take to like actually cancel someone. Like if you actively want to cancel someone, what are you going to be doing, you know? So I appreciate that aspect of how things have turned out.
We're going to move on to Trey Songz ass.
What he do?
Oh God! Wait, what did Trey do now?
Who said that?
What?
What Trey Songz do?
He's peeing on people in bathtubs without their consent and refusing to allow them to leave
I heard
his
a
hotel
sentence or
room
two, but
with
I
having
didn't look
sex with
into
them
it.
constantly for 10 hours back to back to back. Her vagina was sore and he wouldn't let her leave.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. So that's why I kept seeing Kiki talk about
Allegedly.
Trey Songz. Those videos keep rolling back. Okay.
Yeah.
So this happened before he had his mystery baby? Like,
Well, are accusing him of assault, sexual intimidation.
A lot of women?
A lot of women. White, black women, exoticals.
Wow.
A lot of women.
Who exoticals?
Exoticals, Instagram
No, you didn't.
thoughts.
nondescript.
They're probably all Instagram thoughts.
Ethnically ambiguous.
Like
Everyday moms, suburban moms, nannies. Karen.
Women everywhere are coming out the woodwork accusing him of stuff.
Damn.
But the pee thing, whoa.
I don't get the
out of R. Kelly's
appeal.
book.
Right.
This is
from
1995. With this young lady saying it. She says that he asked her to get in the bathtub, and she didn't know what he was going to do, but he started peeing on her, and she was like, "Wait a minute, I ain't say you could pee on me now."
Right.
And she also said that he held her purse over the balcony and threatened to throw it if she wanted to leave. If she attempted to leave, allegedly. So
yeah.
This is balcony. I would have been like, throw that shit. I'm a
throw it.
Her camera.
This is a balcony on the cruise ship.
Hold on. She
got a called No Jumper. I think the podcast is called No Jumper, and her and another young lady,
white girl.
Very, very, I don't want to call them scary, but they look like, plastic surgery that didn't curl all the way over. So it was very, very obvious.
Too many times she had the plastic surgery.
Very like what, and these are very, very young girls to be, botched like so.
Oh yeah.
Done at their 16th birthday, depending on what family background you come from. It's like, let's get everyone the same nose.
Oh my God.
Exactly. So
really
it was
scary.
It was consensual sex until she wanted to take a break and she didn't want to get peed on.
I'm not laughing.
Right. I've never been peed on.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, by a show of hands, who has ever been peed on or would like to be peed?
Never have
I would
ever.
go ape shit if somebody wanted to pee on me. That's not
sexy.
Chanel got a hand up.
No, I was like, never have I ever known them hands stay right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never ever. No, never ever. As fine as he is, no, I can't. And I'm a big fan.
I even think Trey Songz is fine. I feel like he looks like every regular Negro walking down the street. I don't feel like he looks so different than anybody. So why is everybody going crazy off of this extra regular looking ass man?
But celebrities get away with this stuff because people let them.
He looked like Javante in my 5th grade class. He looked like everybody I know.
I agree. He looks like the standard fine.
He looked like a standard Negro.
He was popular in high school. Like that's what he looked like. That one popular kid.
He bloomed too late, right?
Yeah.
That's Javon.
He definitely grew in because when he had them cornrows, it was like, girl, no.
And he was not hitting the gym.
Yeah, he had a bird chest. His neck was a little too long. He didn't have no like shoulder grown man, like the shoulder muscles, and then they look a little more. He was giving me long
ostrich neck,
clavicle, just bam.
You say he just had clavicle.
So I have a funny Trey Songz story.
Boy,
actually.
You got peed on.
No,
no. I'm about to say, I thought I knew you.
No. Not at all. Not even close. And I would never. No, but so this is back in the day when he first came out. Me and my girlfriend, matter of fact, we were still in school. We was at Howard. We took the bus down to Richmond because him and Marcus Houston. This is how old.
Wow, you're aging yourself, girl.
Was this the Scream tour?
Was this after IMX? Was this IMX or Immature?
It was Marcus Houston solo.
Or maybe it was Trey Songz and Omarion. It was
Still.
so,
That's a little bit more current, I guess. By like 2 years.
So we went down there to Richmond, and Richmond doesn't have high security. The spot didn't have real security or anything like that. So me and my girl, we got into VIP.
I knew that was going to be the next line. I knew it. Proceed. Once I heard there was no high security, I'm like, okay, so y'all got into a place you're not supposed to be. Got it.
Yeah.
With you.
We went right in there. And my girl, she wanted Marcus Houston or Omarion, whichever one it was. And
all Black people look alike, right?
I don't like light skinned guys. Okay.
They probably both had cornrows.
Right. So I was up in there. I slid right up to him. I was feeling myself.
The Trey Songz?
Yeah, Trey Songz. I don't care about no Mario.
This was ostrich neck Trey Songz. Remember that? Because you said Marcus Houston.
And so I said something like, "Oh, where are you going after this?"
Okay, ho.
You were into it.
She said Tatiana all the way.
And what did he say?
This? Nice line.
He was like, "What you mean?" I said, "Where are you going after this?"
What you mean?
He's like, "That's my line. That's what I say to girls."
And I was just, I fucking the shit out of him. Like, where are you going after this?
Let's put a condom on.
And he was like, I can't do none of that right now. And I was like,
What you mean?
Like, I was trying to go to Waffle House. What are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Trying to get a meal. I'm a college.
And then he was like, I can't. And then over his shoulder was Angel Lola Love, the booty girl.
Yes.
Model.
Oh, yeah.
The ex-stripper. She used to be at Sensationals when we were in college.
Was she really a stripper?
Yeah, she was. Because my boyfriend at the time used to go to Sensationals and be like, "There's this girl, like
In
this
DC?
girl. If I ever got with a girl like this, I'd be afraid she'd cheat on me." And I never knew who it was until she like came out with her rap career. And he's like, "Oh, that's her." I'm like, "Angel Lola Love? What?" Yeah.
I don't remember that. That
I
must
like
have been
her.
fun.
She had a very quick rap career. I can't name a song.
Oh, yeah. She ain't got no bars. But anyway.
That's not what she was there for, though. So
Mm-hmm.
So that trip was a wash. Nobody walked away with either one.
You didn't apply yourself
I would have
hard
been down
enough.
for whatever except the pee that night.
I don't think
Well,
these
you know
girls.
what that shows me? That shows me that
Hold on. What should I say?
on the D, not the P.
Right, exactly. That's for the D, not the P. Exactly. That's too much. But yeah, you have to talk it out. You can't just bring. Now,
You can't just spray me. Hell no.
Yeah, you can't surprise
That's a violation.
me in the middle of an act like that.
he's gotten to a level of nasty, raunchy sex that only satisfies him. Like, he can't just do regular things and it's obvious.
He probably
What
watches
have you
too
been
much
doing?
porn.
Yeah. He's gotten to a level like he needs so much for arousal. It's like,
Yeah, I
Ew.
think after you slept with so many people, you have so many bodies, you go extreme.
Yeah, you're
You
immune
know.
to like regular sex, so you have to do something
Yeah.
crazy.
he needs a detox for like a year. He'd be good.
A detox from peeing or
I've
from
done a
having
lot
sex?
of good detox, you know?
No, I'm
Sometimes
saying
you
that's a
need
good idea, but
cleansing.
he doesn't seem like the type that would engage in that.
Well,
I want to know, did Lori Harvey ever get peed on now?
I'm assuming everybody he messed with has gotten pissed on now.
Wow.
Everybody.
Post some new stuff sometimes depending on who they with. Like, I don't think that, like, the dude ain't choking his wife of like 10 years. He like, let me choke this random chick on the side. Like, he probably was pretty tame with the person that he was with.
Oh, I see. Because of who she was.
It's like, oh, so this random girl, she probably just happy I'm here. Let me do all the things I can't do when I go home.
So side chick gets the P and the main girl gets the D.
I feel like Lori Harvey was way too young for all of these guys.
And two of them had kids on her.
Yeah.
Future just had a baby
have you guys
on her?
ever been surprised in the middle of sex? Have you guys ever been surprised by an act or somebody pulled something that you wasn't prepared for?
This dude started smacking me. I was like, hold up.
Whoa!
Across your face?
Smacking in the face?
That is not my face.
Oh, hell no.
Mm-mm.
There's other places to smack besides
where
the
did you get
face.
that?
So is that worthy of pressing charges? Is that worthy of pressing charges? Somebody
pressing charges, because I feel like there's some woman out there that was fine with that somewhere, wherever he picked it up from, because it was somebody before, and I'd like messed with him like in like years. This is years ago too, but I'd messed with him like years before, and then it was like kind of like a reunion.
Okay.
And like I was like, you ain't do that back then. Who done corrupted you?
I like how she said reunion.
She's like, we're gonna have reunion sex.
Yeah. It's the same. You know,
like, okay, well, I call that an oldie but goodie. Like,
blast from the past.
Yeah, that's called recycling.
Yeah, he did that once, and the second time I was like, okay, hold on. You're not going.
But like after that, doesn't that just throw off the moment though? Like, how do you even continue after that?
I was like, just keep doing what you're doing down. Everything else was fine. It was just that, okay, no.
I would have been thrown off. I don't know if I could come back from that.
Well, I'm gonna say I was involved with somebody that pulled something new out of the hat, out of nowhere. It involved some ice.
Okay. I'm not seeing where this is going. It doesn't sound that bad.
Ice in his mouth.
You know what? There's places where you can put ice that can be very uncomfortable.
Wait, where did he get ice that was still ice and you didn't know he had ice?
He had a freezer underneath the bed.
Did he have a freezer right here?
If I'm laying down with my eyes closed, right?
We had a bowl of ice.
Yeah, the ice was to the side. And
this is the first like, 3 minutes.
Yeah, right.
So the ice didn't melt.
And he was like, wait a second, I got a surprise for you. And somebody
I don't trust surprises.
Not in that predicament. Like
nope.
Like you better
tell me what you're doing right now. Right.
Right. Or I start tripping.
Be a safe word, everything.
He grabbed some ice, made it very uncomfortable where he placed it. And it was very frigid, awkward, and
frigid.
Again, they watched too many movies. Like, sir, they were pretending on that movie that you watched. She didn't really like it. She was just making sounds that sounded like, you know, she was enjoying it. I think this is what's wrong with men. They really feel like real life is like porn. I'm like, when I ever watch porn, I'm like, ugh, it looks like it hurts. It's like they're faking it. Like,
I can't even really.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, I don't really like porn. There's very few porns I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not.
It's completely ridiculous and disgusting. Half of it.
But I think men need to be taught to get consent every step of the way.
Yes.
Because if I was somebody else, what he did with that ice.
I mean, like, but that's the thing. It's just like when someone does something like that, like, how do you handle the situation? Like, do you have sex with them again, or that's just like the end all be all?
It was a wrap.
Okay.
Yeah, we were over. We were done.
You know, and he didn't know it was because of the ice. He just thought it was just like.
I'm sure.
Oh no, I told him. I was like, it's because of this ice stuff. Like,
damn,
what are you doing?
Frozen water ended a whole situationship. That's crazy.
And on paper, he was a good guy, but no, I can't get with you. If you need ice involved every time,
it had to be involved. That was a part of the like.
Right. It was the deal breaker.
Yeah. After I called him out,
was that the first time y'all did something?
Huh?
Was that the first time y'all?
That was the first and last time. Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh, see, he should have like, y'all
Yeah.
should have got a little bit more.
Gotta crawl before you walk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked we dated for a long time, talked about what we liked, what we didn't like.
And you never said ice. So
he
why
never
you
said ice.
He's like, oh, I got some good for her. She gonna love this. Even though she never mentioned it.
Told him you prefer the winter to the summer. That's where you messed up. He was like, I like a winter. And he was like, I'm going to make it cold.
Oh my gosh.
Please. Baby. I'm a winter.
Yeah. Yeah, he liked that hot and cold sensation. But I was like, no, sir.
I will say that I have like, there was a situation where I was having sex with this guy and it was the first time and the last time. And it was so bad that I just stopped in the middle of it.
Why was it bad?
It was just bad. It was just like there's no eye contact. And I'm not saying you gotta make love to me with your eyes, but it was just like dead.
But you
and then
do,
he was doing the whole jackrabbit thing, and I was just like,
oh no.
I'm like, so in my head, I'm like, just because we started doesn't mean we have to finish. I'm like, no, we gotta stop. Why? Oh, I'm just not feeling it. Just not feeling it. Nope. And then I want him to leave my house, right? And then by that point, it was like 2 a.m. and he lived all the way in Brooklyn. I live in Harlem. And he was just like, oh, but can I just spend the night? Because, the trains are just... I felt bad. I was like, yeah, you can sleep on the couch. And so I let him sleep on the couch. And then in the morning, it seemed like he wanted to stay. So I made up some excuse of where I had to go so he would leave too.
What?
Just get dressed
you are
and
too
leave.
nice.
It was, but I was in a weird place in my life. It's like if that were to happen to me now, I would have handled it a lot differently. I probably wouldn't even be having sex with the guy. But it was just like, it was just bad. It was really bad. And I would run into him
and
at
you didn't
parties.
tell him what he was doing wrong?
I did, but it's just like, even when you explain it to someone at that point and it's your first time, it's like, I'm not going to teach you now. Like, we're not going to like try it out now.
Sometimes that's fun to be like, no, baby, let me show you.
I wasn't into him enough.
You gotta be invested. You gotta be invested in.
I wasn't into him enough.
I mean, if I'm having sex with you, I'm invested at least in me having a good time.
Right.
So I'm gonna try my best to get to you what it needs.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I was like, I had just gotten out of a relationship and I was like emotionally just like torn up and vulnerable. And so I just was not invested in doing anything for anyone. I'm like, I'm just going to do things for me, whatever. I'm not going to teach you how to have sex with me because you're never going to do that again. So.
I have a confession.
There you have it. Yes, I love confessions.
Back in my DC days, for some reason, I used to always attract, unknowingly, married men, right? I didn't know that these guys that I was dating were
same
married.
here. Yeah.
But the marker of a married man is this. He's
they
amazing
know how to fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, sounds like someone else been with a married man too.
They know what a woman really wants because they've mastered what their wife likes. They know what women really want because they took their time and they figured it out. And so if somebody is doing something a little too good in the beginning, everything is amazing, and he got his life together, he's married. Okay, so you need to look out for that. If he's a certain age, has his life together. So.
I had a married man attraction. I mean, they were I felt like, what is it about me that's making y'all all want to run away from home and you all trying to run with me? And I was like, why can't I attract available men the same way? And that was the thing. I was like, okay, well, shit. Because then I used it as education. I'm confessing now too. Okay, so
confession hour.
I've been cheated on before. I think I'm a good girlfriend. I didn't deserve it, but I've always been the one being cheated on. So I was like, let me see what it's like to be cheated with. And I literally used this situation, and I talked about his wife and asked him so many questions because I was like, what is it that makes y'all cheat? And I was like, what are you really willing to do? Because they always make it seem like, home wreckers, Jezebels, that you just like over here chasing after these men. And I was like, I'm really doing nothing He's initiating everything. He's setting up dates, and not even just like hookup dates. It was like booed up,
vacations.
Like
Elaborate.
Okay.
he wanted to come over and rub my stomach when I had menstrual cramps and give me ice cream. I was
What?
like, what?
I bet you he doesn't do that for his wife though.
Right. Hello.
And I was baffled. And then finally, it just came down to it. He was just like, well, it's just, I'm greedy and I just want more. I want you and I want her. And I was like, and see there, sir, that's where we draw the line because I can't fix that and she can't fix that either. You got to fix that with yourself.
How did you guys find out that these men were married eventually?
Because the way they move.
Oh, the wife calls me.
Well, that's a clue.
I found it.
About next caller.
They call at weird times. They always want to go out of town. They're always, they're always willing to throw so much money at the situation where a regular single guy probably wouldn't be doing all of that. I feel like they go above and beyond regular single men. And like I said, they're very good. They're very good. They're Rico Suave. Okay, when that light goes down.
They're painting like a whole fantasy picture and all this romantic. Walking in, very romantic, bubble baths, and just like, oh.
Well, this is a good time to talk about the other T nigga fucking up Talib Kweli. It's like every nigga with the T name is fucking up this for the last 2 weeks.
I don't even know about this story.
What?
He was harassing this girl on Twitter. Didn't he get kicked off Twitter?
Yeah, he got kicked off.
What, Jack from Twitter kicked him off?
I don't even know.
What do you mean?
He got violations.
Oh, okay. Because Trump's not even kicked off Twitter, so I'm trying to understand.
Incessantly
he got more
harassing
violations
this
than
woman.
Trump.
What?
Yes.
For harassing
Chanelle,
one person?
You opened up for him, right?
Yeah, that was something at MTV. There was an event at MTV, a diversity something or other. I mean, he was cool. He wasn't creepy, but we also were there to do a show and did a show and left. So.
Yeah, so it was all professional vibes.
Okay, oh, that was dope. Like that kind of like keep it moving. Like, okay, I'll probably never go see you again. Well, okay,
right.
So I didn't think anything of it. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, I think when we think people are celebrities, I really feel like we expect better of them than we would the regular hood dude off the block. Because sometimes these dudes be celebrities, but they still the same hood dude off the block.
Mm-hmm.
They say too. Like and the way they act too. It's just that now before we wouldn't know what Inspector Deck had to say about the world and things like that. Now we know every single detail of what everybody is, what fuckboys are doing. And I think that's one of the things that like everybody just seems like they all getting caught out there because they be just speaking their mind. Stupid. I don't know.
Yeah, 2020 is exposing all of the fuckboys. Okay. I don't know why the concept of protecting Black women is so, tough, but for whatever reason, this topic is controversial. What do you guys think about that?
Why is it so hard to protect a Black woman? Because this whole country, man, like the whole foundation, they've never been protecting us. I mean, even Malcolm X said it. There's always been an issue. I don't know where it comes from. I mean, we can speculate, and I just think that it's up to us to raise our sons and our nephews and our cousins or whatever a little different so it can be different. Because I feel like adults are adults and they're probably going to stay like that, but children coming up can change. And it doesn't have to always be like this. You can have love for women. I feel like Black men have a big problem expressing love for women in general. And when they can see it's okay to say, you know what, I want to be in a relationship. I love women. I think it'll be easier to protect their counterparts, their sisters, their loved ones, the way that they should outward and in publicly. They're not doing it as hard as we do. Because, we don't ask no follow-up questions. Oh, who'd he kill? What'd he do? No, we up there, we suit up and we ready for war. But they got all of these follow-up questions. Oh, well, what did she do? What was she wearing? you know, things of that nature. So
what did she do to make him act like that? We can't make anyone act like that. You know, that's in him. It was already there before we even got into the picture.
Well, honestly, if anyone shot anyone, I would probably ask that question. I'm just saying in general, I would just be like, well, what happened before someone shot them? Like, what caused this all to happen in general? But I do agree that we do put Black women in this place where
we're supposed to know better, be better,
we're at fault,
better, be stronger.
Like we have to be for ourselves what everyone else can't be for us, in a way. So it's like we do have to protect ourselves, but I think that it's like what you were saying, Dee, it's just like we have to be this person and no one else is that person for us. And it's only because we've had generations of mothers and aunts and grandmothers who have been the backbone of the family. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like naturally it's going to translate to everything else that you do in your life when it comes to just being a strong person.
Because we got like the worst of both worlds. We got both intersections. The idea of like a woman, period, already, you know, like that's already automatically. Even if you are a white woman, white tears do things, but they go through some, you know, just being a woman, sometimes they go through some shit too. But then we add the blackness on top of it, and it just continues to like expound it. And so then you have Black men that have like what being Black, like being Black men in America is, and you have nobody else to oppress. But you know, like it ends up becoming this compounded thing. Like who's oppressing who? You know,
right?
And if I'm oppressed, I can't take that out on the person that's oppressing me. Who's the next person that I can take that out on?
Mm-hmm.
I think also, like to the point of like us being that for everyone else. A lot of times, I don't think we're always that for ourselves. Like I think that, you know, like I always champion this idea of the concept of consent, of course, for men. Like, please pay attention to body language, understand this. But then I also have to say, like, man, like, why is it that we're so either scared or we're also like so aware, like we're so like worried about what men will think of us, that there are times women consent to things and it's like coerced. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna do it just so, or if he likes me, you know,
just to get along, you
know, like like what does it mean for us to be able to also feel like I can say emphatically no, you know, and that's not at all victim blaming or saying that victims of rape or consent, you know, that were coerced didn't have power. But it's also this side where I'm like, we're also raising ourselves to always want to be accommodating to other people, always trying to make sure everybody's good. Are we doing that for ourselves, and how does that manifest in the other space?
True.
Right. So what were you gonna say, Dee?
I was gonna say, which goes back to the reason why Megan needs to press motherfucking charges. because if you don't show somebody how they're supposed to treat you, they're gonna keep doing it. And it's like, okay, these are the consequences. This is what happens. Yeah, all the points that y'all brought up before of, you know, the harassment of what it's like when you're pressing charges. But it's like, at the end of the day, I'm holding this dude accountable. I'm showing everybody what happens when you disrespect my body, when you don't value me, when you don't protect me. And if you want my time, if you want to be around me, you need to either have your mind right and know better, get your emotions in check, and us as, you know, Black women as sisters, all these women in solidarity coming to her aid. Somebody need to sit her down and tell her that. For real, like, no, don't be a real chick. Don't be a ride or die. Go get your justice. Like, go get real justice. Yeah, Black Twitter, cancel him, all that great stuff, but also get your real justice.
Yes.
Yeah, she should have pressed charges instead of even saying anything about it. Pressing charges would have said everything.
No,
you know?
I'm ready for his Canadian ass to hit the border. Hopefully Trump will kick him out the country.
Get deported.
Right.
Tory Lanez was the biggest come up and fall down of all of quarantine, honestly, because he had the quarantine radio thing, the contract that he signed with, I don't know, was it MTV or some media company. He was gonna have like a TV show from quarantine radio. He had like the most IG.
But look at God.
He was problematic on here. He
was already, but a
Yes.
lot of people in the industry are problematic, and the karma comes to them in so many different ways. It's just like we just got a chance to see how his came to him.
But even on the quarantine radio, a woman be on here, show me your breast, show me your breast. He was doing that.
I'll give you $1,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Trump needs to deport his ass.
He's trying to win an election. He ain't worried about Tory.
criminals out here.
But seriously, what does protecting Black women look like if you had to tell, your nephew, your son, your little? What is that?
The same way we protect them. You see somebody can't see nothing about somebody we really bang with. We go so hard. We don't ask follow-up questions. We suit up. We ready for war. We don't go online talking about, basically praising other races over Black men in a large, in a popular way. I don't see thousands of Black women saying that, oh, I only want somebody who's German or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's so many levels of the way that we are disrespected.
Yeah, we take all of their shit and we still want them. Yeah,
and I think if they stop doing
and
that
they have
stuff,
one bad baby mama, and they go running to the others.
very loudly about it, and I feel like they're the only ones that really do that out of all races.
Exactly. I was on a first date with a guy. I've had so many first dates. It's ridiculous. I was on a first date with a guy, lawyer. He went to Columbia, check all my boxes, right? We were at this white bar, and this drunk white guy was stumbling around, right? And I had on a kind of deep V-neck, but not as deep as I used to back in the day. But
if it's semi-deep, it's still deep for you. What are you talking about?
A little peekaboo cleavage.
She said I had a semi-crew neck.
And so this stumbling, bubbling, middle-aged white guy comes, ooh, oh yeah. And he kind of lurched at me almost, and then I backed up, cussed his ass out, and my date just stood there, didn't say anything, didn't back me up, dumbfounded, and I looked back at him, you're not going to say anything?
Wow.
And he was like, oh, let's just leave, let's go. So the car ride home, I'm like, oh, so I see I can't count on you if something goes down, if we're out. And he was like, what do you expect, me to get into a bar fight and lose my license? I said, you could have de-escalated the situation without getting physical. You could have just, told him off, anything.
Or even just put his
time.
body in the way just to
protect your personal space.
Right.
Yeah. So
and you know what, y'all? I'm sorry to cut you off, but you know what? The men who I have found who have protected me and have been more protective and have been gay Black men.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. More protective and more considerate, way more than heterosexual, cisgender, whatever all the names that we have now, all the stuff. But yes.
and they don't even want you, and they're completely down for you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would have thrown up, JQ. Oh my God.
I will say my gay bestie who is a man, he protects me emotionally too. So it's just like, even if I'm down or I'm feeling a certain way, he'll be like, what's wrong? Let's talk. Almost like my therapist. And it's just like the qualities that he has, I would love to have in a heterosexual man.
Right.
It's so crazy.
Right.
If I could put all of that to a heterosexual guy, it would just be that easy.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Wow. Well, guys, this was really, really fun.
It was.
Anybody else? Questions, comments?
Concerns?
No, I was going to say that I went through a little phase where I like dated guys that were like in and out of jail. And it wasn't that I was looking for them. It's because they were so sweet. They were so giving. They're so humble,
girl,
romantic, and they were protected.
credit.
No, they didn't ask me for nothing, but like they would give you their last dime. They wouldn't ask to split no check.
How long were they in prison for?
One of them killed somebody. I was like, oh Lord.
Did you feel safe or unsafe?
Stay with you, girl. That's what.
Like, you don't need to know my address. Like, well, if you kill somebody, that means you'll kill somebody for me.
All right. Well, let's sign off. Give your social media handles and everything.
Okay. Shanelle Gabriel. Find me on there.
You're not gonna spell it out or nothing.
My name is there. Oh, sorry.
Right, it's there.
Oh, you're right. It is there. Sorry. I'm like, there's 500 ways to spell Chanel.
It's literally right.
Excuse me, I'm not here.
LL Gabriel like the angel. Gabriel.
Aww.
You can catch me at the only Avia the letter U, on Instagram. You can also catch me at Bleached by Avia. Get your bleached gear. Hit me up.
It's your girl D Woods, and you can find me on all of the socials at ya girl YA girl D Woods.
Okay. Well, you can find me on all the social media channels as The Weave Whisperer with the extra ER at the end of whisper. And I'm on all of those.
Nice. And you can find me, JQ, at JQ Comedy on everything. We are out. Hopefully this will be a weekly get together of these powerful ladies speaking on what's happening. All right, we out. Peace.